and we'll have to do a small pause. It'll be
That's
fine
fine.
though.
Woo.
Goodness, goodness, goodness. Are we already on? I was trying to do my.
I think
Trying
we're
to,
still counting down.
you think
I
it's?
don't know how to do that. You're gonna have to share it because I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it says it's live now.
Oh goodness. Hello, hello, everybody. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
So
share
welcome.
it.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Dropping the T. This is our second episode, and I am so excited to have my friend and my sister on tonight. I promise you, you guys, she is my sister. I told her, I think it was last week, I inboxed her and I said, "You are my sister." I said, "From another mother with the same father." So welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so glad to have you. We're so glad to see you. And we just want you to introduce yourself to everybody out there with your name and let us know where you're originally from and where you're at and located right now.
Uh, Thank you so much for having me. I was so excited to do the show. Hold on, let me fix my volume here.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Um, because we are sisters. My name is Dawn Earhart Whitty. I'm living in Los Angeles, but I'm originally from Ohio. And I apologize if you hear dogs barking because I live with a bunch of dogs. um, I am an author, a speaker, and I'm the founder of the Desire to Inspire Foundation. And, my mission in this world is to help uplift people's lives with love and kindness anywhere I find them.
Yes, and you are so amazing, and you're doing that. You're doing all of that. And so we want to, before we get to all the tea, everybody that's listening to us on tonight, I don't know if you grab your hot beverage, but I got my tea on tonight because we're getting ready. We're getting ready to go into the tea, and so we want to be ready. So I took a sip of tea before we get off into everything. How's your weather down there right now? How's your weather?
I have to say, it's really pretty amazing. I don't know what the temperature was, but I'm wearing short sleeves, so it's not freezing. It's lovely. The sun is out. The birds are chirping. It's just beautiful.
That's amazing. We're here in Monroe. It is quite cold here in Monroe, Louisiana. It's really cold today, and we were fortunate enough to have some snow. And so that's been pretty amazing. People all on social media has been out and they've been making their snowmans and they've been posting pictures and it's been, for some it's been cold. It hasn't really been, I don't feel cold, but a lot of people they're really been really cold, on today, but it's been a great amazing day. And like I was telling you before we started, I actually called my son up and I was telling him, I said, come over and play in the snow with your mom. And the thing is, he's 32 years old. So, so that was pretty amazing. I mean, we had a great time. We made some snowballs and I think he hit me like 3 times. And I'm telling you, it was pretty it was hard. That ice really hit. It's kind of stung a little bit. But we had an amazing time. And he told me, he said, "Mom," he said, "I want to get on my Snapchat chat, the social media and platform." And he said he's going to tell them how when your mom calls you up and you're 32 to come play in the snow. So
Love it.
So we just had an amazing time with that today. It's been just a great day, and I'm telling you, I could not wait. until we could get into this interview with you. It is just so amazing seeing you. You're just such a blessing, and I cannot wait till we get to towards the end and we just tell the people out there all the amazing, wonderful things that you are doing in life. So before we get off into that, we really kind of want to talk about your life and some past times in your life, some times and places where many would consider it to be a dark place, and we want to get off into some, as much as you would tell us about that place, because we know this platform is all about encouraging other women. It's all about other women being inspired, other women not giving up, other women realizing that no matter where you are in life, no matter what you go through in life, that you too can overcome the many issues that we are faced with in life. So we kind of want to talk about from the point of like, when you were married, how you guys met, at what point did you, believe or see or know that, the marriage no longer was it was no longer a good, healthy place for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you talk.
Um, well, I will preface this by saying my former husband and I are in a great place. I love him very much. There is a lot of love between us. We were married for almost 30 years. So, that's a long time.
That
Um,
is.
so leaving that relationship was a really hard decision to make. And I didn't want to do it because my family was everything, but we were not making each other happy. I was not being my best self in that relationship because I was not happy. And when I finally got the courage up to leave that marriage, things between us got better because we could be friends again. And so, sometimes you have to do the scary thing. You don't know what lies on the other side. That was the scary part, like not knowing, like, what's my life going to be like? Like, this has been 30 years of my life. I got married when I was 21,
Wow.
and yeah, so that was my whole adult life pretty much. And so doing that was really freeing because there was, we weren't making each other happy. And it was just like you're staying in a situation because you feel like you're supposed to, or you don't know what else to do, or this is what you're supposed to be doing because till death do us part and all that kind of stuff. And, all of those things were going around in my head for years. Again, we were almost married for 30 years. And you know what? He's a great man. Our
Right.
paths were just going in different directions. And I think sometimes when we give ourselves permission to understand and acknowledge that and not make anybody like the bad guy and just say, this isn't working for either of us. Let's go do our own thing. It really is very freeing.
That is amazing. That is amazing because many of us understand and know that a lot of times when it comes down to a divorce, it would be nice if it could be, such a coming, to the same understanding that we're now in different places. Many people don't have that, you know, to be able to say or do that. A lot of times it becomes messy and it becomes bitter, and people become angry. But I mean, that is just so amazing, because what we have to realize is that, of course, yes, we know that, especially those of us who are believers of in Christ, that God will is for marriage to last and be everlasting, all of those wonderful good things. But this is a conversation that needs to be had, because there are times when the marriage is no longer a healthy place. And as much as we love marriage, at this point in my life, I've been married for 24 years, but I can tell you from someone who has been divorced, though, as well, many people that know me don't even know that I am divorced, and I got married at 17. And so unfortunately, my story is very different from your story, as far as I wish we could have just been in a place of peace and understanding that the marriage needed to come to an end, but it was bitterness, it was angry, it was a lot of hurt. And I can say, thankfully, it took time, but we two are in a happy place as far as our relationship right now. We're friends, and he has came over and visit my husband and myself, but that took time. It didn't come like that overnight. And
And neither in my situation. There was bitterness, there was anger, there was hurt. There was a lot of those things have been building up for years. So it wasn't an overnight thing.
right.
But we are there now, and it's really beautiful being on that side because, love, when you love somebody, that doesn't stop. Just because you part ways, it doesn't go away. And so, I mean, I genuinely love him. I always will. We're just not, going in two different ways, doing two different things. And it was better for both of us to, go our separate ways. But I just believe that when you love somebody, that just doesn't end because you decide that, you're not happy together anymore.
Right, I agree. What do you think, as far as there are some people who are in a broken relationship or broken marriage, but yet they stay there. And a lot of times it's because they'll say things like some of the things you mentioned before, like, there's children involved, involved. I've heard people say, well, we have a house, we have financial thing, is that ever, from the place where you were, do you think that's ever a good reason to make a decision to stay in something that's unhealthy?
Um, I have to say, I look back and I think, should I have left years before I did? Or, we can't beat ourselves up, with the coulda, shoulda, woulda. Um, I feel like if you're not being your best self and your partner's not being their best self, that is the time to get away from it, because our children are seeing everything we do, and we're role modeling for them like what a relationship looks like. So every choice we make, they're seeing, they're watching. And, so should I have left earlier? Maybe, maybe not. I don't have any regrets. I think that everything happened the way it was supposed to. My children and I have a great relationship. He and I have a great relationship. He has a great relationship with them. We are still a family. We're just not married anymore.
Right. And what does that look like? I mean, how do you suggest, or how do you encourage another woman who is going through the things that you're going through, so first of all, to even come to the conclusion to make that decision? Because let's just go there for a minute. Let's just go back. I mean, being in a marriage for 30 years, that's a lot of years. And I'm actually walking through a friend through that process right now, who has invested a lot of years into a marriage that it's not healthy, it's not a good thing. It is, it's to the place where it cannot be reconciled. So I mean, how do you even get to the place, or how do you encourage or tell another woman, what are some of the things to look for, some of the signs that you really come to the place and be like, okay, yes, it's 30 years I have invested, but I cannot do this any longer. So what does that look like?
Well, first of all, I've heard people say, well, I wasted, this many years in this relationship. And I don't think that any years are wasted. We were both growing, we were both, doing, becoming the people that we are today. So nothing's ever wasted. And, I just think you need to ask yourself, like, am I as happy as I could be? Am I being the best person I can be in this relationship? And is this what I want to have in my life? And those questions, you have to ask yourself, answer them truthfully, and then follow your heart. But also at the same time, and this is harder to do than just to say it, but is really lead with love and say, look, this person I was married to 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, however long, there was some point in this relationship that we loved each other. So look back at that love and exit the relationship with as much love as you went into it with.
I love that. That's amazing. I love your whole outlook. I wish that many people had that same outlook. It's refreshing to see, but we know that it's really not something that's very present. A lot of times when you say divorce, it's a ugly word. It's a word where, people are so bitter, and and I think it's just something that we really just need to talk about. Of course, if you're in a marriage and there's issues, I'm not saying, um, every little issue, oh, it's time for me to go. But when do you know and you get to that place where you're saying, okay, this is more than enough? Like, this is not the place where, God would have me to be at, or it's not healthy. Definitely, if you're in a marriage and you're having issues and you're having problems, I definitely suggest that you pray first. I'm always about prayer, and I always say this: there's nothing wrong with having Jesus and a therapist or a life coach or someone that can have experience, that can help maybe, or talk you and your husband through those dark places, because sometimes a marriage can be brought together and it can become whole again. But then too, you have to know, when it's time to say, we're doing more hurt than,
Yeah.
and harm to each other more than we are good. And this is a conversation that a lot of times, especially in the church, many people do not want to have the conversation or talk about, because like you said earlier, it's like, you're thinking about, oh my goodness, to death do us part, being together forever. What are people gonna say? Is this a good?
A failure,
Oh my
right?
God, I
Nobody wants
love
to say it.
that. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. You're right. You do. You will feel like, am I being a failure? So I think it's so amazing, your whole outlook on everything. And I'm so excited and glad that you and him are at a good place now. But to help our viewers, we really want to give them the whole, outlook of everything. So was there any type of abuse, or was it just,
No,
go
no,
ahead?
no. I mean, if anybody abused anybody, it would have been me. Like, I'm the one with like
No,
crazy.
no.
No, no. He is very ambitious, and his work is really important to him. And I was very grateful for that, because he worked really hard for our family, and so I've always appreciated that. But that was the extent of what he was able to do. And when the girls got my daughters are 30, almost 31,
Oh
which
my
I even hate
goodness. Oh
saying
my
that.
goodness, you don't look like that. Oh my goodness.
31 and almost and 29. And when they got older and that part of the partnership ended, because I didn't have to actively mother them anymore, you know, the divide between us just got bigger and bigger. So I would not say there was abuse. It was just not, it just was not making either of us happy. And I have big dreams in the world. I want to help lift the continent of Africa. And, that's not his dream. So I don't want to put my dream on somebody else, but that's where I'm going in this world. And, it just needed to end there, because I can't let anything keep me from doing that.
Right, right. And that's very interesting. A lot of times, that is something that we should definitely talk about during the early years of, like, dating and things like that, because sometimes one person's ambition, or the way that they're going in life can be very different from the calling and the place where, God is calling you to be in life. And a lot of times that can be a conflict, so that is a discussion. Do you feel like, before y'all were dating, that that should have been maybe something, or did y'all discuss it, but still
I didn't know it. I was 21. I was still like learning who I was. And, this particular, there were hints dropped throughout my whole life. And I didn't start putting those pieces together until the last like 4 years, about, my calling, because I had always made my calling about helping everybody else with their calling. And when my girls were adults, then I started looking at myself saying, well, what is my calling? I wanted to help them, my girls, like live their dreams and do all that. And then I was like, well, what are my dreams? I kind of forgot about having those dreams. And when I started dreaming again and thinking about things like that again, it was just, it takes a special person to be with a crazy woman like me. I have very big dreams that I want to accomplish in this world. So, and again, I don't regret a moment of it. I would never say I wish I wouldn't have married him. I am grateful that I did. I am grateful that I have the children I did. I got to be the mother I wanted to be to those children. And I learned so much from him and from the marriage. And again, we still have a good relationship. So, no regrets, no regrets.
That's amazing. That's awesome that you have no regrets, because we already know that that is not a lot of people's story. But that is amazing that you are to that place and that you feel that. But it is so important that when we're dating, or I'm kind of old school. A lot of times I say courting. When we're courting, that we take a look at those type of things, as far as that is something that can cause a big conflict. Because if I have vision to one day, be the vice president, and the guy that I'm dating or courting, his ambitions are not as big as the ambitions that I have, or vice versa, that can really cause a conflict. Because a lot of times, especially us that are entrepreneurs and things of that sort, we know that our vision for different things we have in life, we're so passionate about it that sometimes we're up late at night, we're working on it,
Yeah.
and that can cause a conflict. With someone that's like, you need to come to bed, or what are you working on now, or you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, we need, and not just in our love relationships, but in all of our relationships, we need people to understand our dreams and to support us and encourage us. I mean, I think that's our relationship. I have loved, applauded, cheered you on. You've done the same for me since we met, and that's what everybody needs in their life. And if your partner is not being that person for you, it's probably not the right person for you.
I agree. I agree. That's so important. That we take the time out. Like tell my daughters a lot of time and told them. I have one that just not too long ago got married. I think it's very important that you should become friends first.
Yeah.
Everybody they're hooking up and being intimate so quick and things of that sort, and to the point there's no real dialogue of getting to know who you are. They have no idea of the person that you are, and the things that you want to do in this life, and your ambitions, and those type of things, so that they can be very supportive to help you. Because I think that's very important in a marriage and a relationship. You guys, like you just stated, should come together, and you should push and support that mate, and help them to accomplish and to be all the things that God has placed in them to be. You should be a person that knows how to bring out that best in them, and the things that's hidden in them. And so I think that's very important, that you know get to that place where you have a friend relationship before you just jump into we're girlfriend and boyfriend, or let's get married. I think you need to know the person.
Yeah. I mean, I just always say, I want to, I want the, I want to be the partner that I want to have. Like, so what
Mm.
I would do for somebody, I would love to have that in my life too. Like, I want somebody to love the way I love. And, that I think and that's what I do with all of life, right? Like, if it's like an employee or a customer or something, if I'm the customer, I always try to be the customer that I think, that I would love to have if I was the cashier, or, whatever it is. So I just want to be that in all of my relationships.
Yes, I agree. And I agree too, as we're talking about, courtship and things like that, relationships and marriage, but also like you said, I think you should have that type of relationship with all, the people who are in your life, that type of relationship where you're supportive and you're caring and you're understanding, and the person, the friend or whatever relationship you have with that person. um that person is a person that have dreams and ambitions or whatever it is, that you're that supportive person, that cheerleader, that person that can be, that connection to help them to grow. And you are so right. Ever since you and I have met, it has just been such a blessing, because my sister here, you are definitely, you're all of that. And I have tried my best to, you know, support back and be that same person, because you have such a big heart and you're just so loving, and you're just so supportive. And so I have tried to give that love back. And so I
You
do
do.
think
You do.
I do think that's very important in any relationship. Any relationship
Yeah.
that you have, and we want to, just encourage any and everybody to, have good relationships. And what are some of those ways that we can ensure, whether it's courtship, whether it's dating, whether it's sisterhood, like you and I have, what are some of those good ways through your experience and the things that you have went through, even with being divorced in that marriage, that now it really stands out to you and you say, these are the things, that we should focus on. These are the things that we should be about. These are the things that, we should you know support each other on, and just be all that we can be together.
Well, I've written a few books, and they're all about who we choose to be in the world. It's called Be. And I have 7 words. And I think that if we all focus on trying to be these words, choosing to be these words, that we can live our best lives. And it is be love, not just loving, but be love. Just be love. Be kind, be grateful, be strong, be genuine, be inspired, and be happy. These things, if we put that energy out into the world, it does come back to us. It is like it's a magnet. So when we put those words out into the world, that's what we get back.
I love it. I agree. I love all of those words. I think they are powerful words. And I'm one that's really big about what we speak out of our mouths. We know that words are powerful. Words bring about life. And so I do agree. All of those words are amazing. And when you said about being genuine, that really just stuck out to me, because in this day and time, that's a word that it's a good word. It's a great word. And it's something that I myself practice and try to be myself and be genuine. But I see that it's not as present, um, a lot of times, that people are being their genuine, unique self, So I think it's very important that we do strive to just be authentic, be your unique self, be the person that, God designed for you to be.
Yeah.
I wear a size 7, and even if you wear a size 7, if it's not your shoe, you know what I'm saying? Everything is designed for you in life. And so I think it's very important. You seem like you want to jump in. Go ahead.
That's so funny. Well, when my girls were little, when they were little, like kindergarten, first grade, I used to tell them, if anybody tells you you're weird, that is a compliment. And so as I said, you are not supposed to be like everybody else. You are supposed to be exactly like you, and nobody can be like you. So if somebody thinks you're weird, like, embrace that. And my daughter called her friend. She was in kindergarten. She called her friend weird, thinking she was complimenting her, and her friend was a little insulted. But I was like, you know what? I've always tried to tell them or show them that, like, their uniqueness is what makes them special, and we're not in a competition with anybody else. We are all running our own race, and so, and I've fallen into the trap, when I was younger and I didn't really kind of understand you wanting to be like this girl or that girl. I grew up in Worcester, Ohio. All the pretty girls were blonde and blue-eyed. There were not a lot of women that had my skin color, so I thought that I was not pretty. I thought that I was not special. I didn't think I was smart. I didn't think I had any, great qualities about me. But now, as a much older person, I embrace all of the things that make me different, and I love them.
Yes. And that is amazing. It's so interesting because I too have told my daughters the same thing. It is so funny. I have one daughter that, sometimes I'll say, you're so weird. And she'll be like, I know, Mom, thank you. But I raised her to like, we're all so unique and we're so different. And, I just love it. And if we learn how to just support and embrace each other, the whole world would be just so much better. There, like you said, there's no need to, compete. You can't compete with, you're one of God's special design, and I'm one of God's special design, and there's no competition because we are our unique self. We are who, God intended and who he made us to be. And so even with our flaws, I just celebrate everything. I do. And so I just love your vibe on that because, my daughters, I tell them all the time, many people don't know, but, I have a learning disability. And I always tell my daughters, I said, that is my superpower. I say that is a lot of times I say prayer is my superpower, and it is, but I always tell them that I am not the disability. I am not that. But God allowed me to have it as a weapon of superpower to be the person that he designed me to be. And so we're so unique when we're just being ourselves. And you're just so amazing. And girl, I'm telling you, I'm just so excited about being with you tonight. Finally, our girlfriend time. We're finally together talking.
I love it.
And with our other friends. And, we're so glad tonight that all of you who have joined YCG Ministry, Dropping the T, how you guys been liking it, because we've been over here dropping some tea. Let me see some hearts. I'm gonna sip on my tea right there. But this has been such an amazing time. So I want to start talking about some of the things that you are involved in now, some of the things that you are doing now, and just take us to some of these amazing things and places that you have been a part of, and tell us about Africa. I'm super excited about Africa, and tell the audience about some of the things that's going on with you right now.
Oh gosh, Africa. I started the Desire to Inspire Foundation about 4 years ago, a little over 4 years ago, and my intention was to share inspiring people and inspiring stories with people, because we turn on the news and all we see is devastation and destruction and murder and mayhem. And I just thought, that's not the world I live in. I see that that stuff exists for sure. But I also know so many people doing amazing things. You are one of them, and so I thought, I want to share stories, uplifting stories with people. And then I went to Africa and I went to Ghana for the first time I went, and I didn't know anybody. I didn't know what I was expecting when I went there, but I'm just like, I need to go. And I signed up to volunteer in an organization for a week at a school, and then I scheduled another week where I could just like do other things. And so again, God, the universe, like put all of these people on my path. I met Nana, who is now one of my best friends. 3.5 years ago, 4 years ago, Nana and I have been friends for 4 years now. We've traveled all over Africa, so I just went and I just wanted to go love the kids. I mean, that was my intention. I didn't know what that was going to look like, how that was going to, translate into the world, in the universe. But I wanted to meet these children that have been in my heart for all of these years. And, I went the first time and it was just so amazing. And then the next trip, I was like, okay, I don't want to just go to Ghana. There are other people reaching out to me. So I went to Ghana and Uganda and Kenya and Rwanda. We're in Sierra Leone. We have drilled boreholes. Since then, never ever going to Africa. Since then, we've drilled boreholes. We've moved girls out of a one-room place where they're all sleeping on the floor to a home where they all have beds now in Sierra Leone. Mama Josephine, we're working on getting her into a home where the kids have beds. They're sleeping 5 to 6 kids a bed. They're across the street from a very dangerous area. So we're working on that now. But the things that I've done in the past, 4 years, I just look at and I'm like, whose life am I living? I was just a woman from Ohio, a home mom, like most of her adult life. And here I am impacting thousands of children's lives in a continent, across the world. So it has just been an amazing journey. And, the path is evolving and, it's showing up in front of me. And I've never been happier.
That is so amazing. That is such an amazing life. And I tell you, I am so looking forward to hopefully you invited me to Africa. So I'm telling you, I am so excited about the opportunity to actually, go with you and just love on those children and just see a different
all of the people. Like, it's not just the children, it is all of the people. They are so warm and kind and generous and joyous, even in the lack that a lot of them face. And not everybody, I think when I was growing up, you see the pictures of the hungry kids and
right.
things like that. And so that always like weighed very heavily on my soul. One of the things I will never do is show sad pictures of these children, because that has not been my experience. Even though there are struggles and challenges they face, my experience has been they are the kindest, most loving, happy, joyous people I've ever known. And so I want to share that with people, because that is my experience.
That is so amazing. That is so amazing, Dawn. You are just an amazing person. And I tell you, the work that you're doing it's phenomenal. I don't even know any other words to say, but it's just outstanding. And, I know that God just looked down on you and his hands is just up on you. And I just know the angels are just carrying you through this thing called life as you do all of these wonderful things to help, other children and other people who are not as fortunate as we are. And it's so amazing your perspective on how you look at things and you look at life, and it's very refreshing. And it just reminds me, like, even when God gave me this platform to do, and he told me, he said, I want you to do it on Monday nights. And I said, Lord, I said, Monday nights. I said, oh my goodness, I don't even like Mondays. Like, really? You want me to do it on Monday nights? I don't even like Mondays. But he said that's one of the reasons why he wanted me to do it. And he said to me that a lot of times, how we are, like from the weekend, we get ready to go back to work on that Monday, and so we kind of dread and we kind of don't want to start that day. But he was like, it's to bring something good and something to look forward to on a Monday. I said, man, God, you are just so amazing. The way that he thinks, and when we build a relationship with him, just the way that he will deal with us. Because I never saw this. It wasn't my thing that I wanted to do, but I must say it's been very enjoyable to just bring amazing people like you onto this platform and introduce them to more people in the world. So tell us about these books, and then you can tell us about your website and some of the great, amazing, awesome things you do with the artists. And just tell us all those good things. Just tell us the tea. We need more tea. We didn't have the other tea.
How much time do we have? No. So my website is desiretoinspirefoundation.org. And, there are pictures of our beautiful, beautiful children, and it tells about some of the work that we've been doing. And there's also a shop button on the site, because I have been doing fundraising as a volunteer for years and years. And I wanted to get away from asking people to donate. Donations are wonderful. And if that's what, somebody wants to do, I will never ask them not to. But I feel like if anybody donates a dollar has to go to those children. So we came up with a product website that took my 7 words from my books and created some merchandise with some beautiful logos. So we've got pillows. I've got some of them here.
What do you got? Yeah, go ahead and show us. What do you have?
Oh gosh, this is so fun. I've got pillows. This is
I love that. Oh my goodness, I love it.
All of these pictures up here are photos from my friend Davis, who lives in Kenya. He's an amazing photographer.
Oh, wow.
So his photos and made them into framed prints with some of my quotes from my first book. We've got T-shirts and little tote bags and cell phone carriers and a throw, which is really comfy.
Oh, goodness. Show me that. Wait a minute. Let me see that.
It's so comfy.
Oh, that's beautiful, Dawn. Oh, I love that. Girl, I need that. Like, for real. Like, I need that.
Really soft. I was so excited when I got it.
Oh, my goodness.
So $7 from each one of the products will be donated to the Desire to Inspire Foundation. And, they're just reminders about, again, being love, being happy, being strong, being kind, being genuine, and being grateful. And so we've got that. That's at the Beeline products, but you can also get there from my website in the shop button. And gosh, we just released this latest book. Is the Recipes for Being the Power of Kind. Again, elaborating.
Oh, wow.
Being kind is something that not everybody does, but it really makes our lives so much better. And when I'm talking about being kind, I'm not talking about just when somebody's, in a confrontation with you or conflict with you, but just in every single interaction we have. If it's the grocery store cashier, the bank teller, the mailman, our neighbor, we can all just, be a little kinder and make them laugh and compliment them. And, genuinely, don't make stuff up, but, and care about people. And that is an energy that it builds upon itself, and then we get that back. I experience so much joy and kindness and love in my life because that's who I am. That's what I put out, and then that's what I get back.
And that you do.
We've got the books going. We've got the merchandise. I'm getting ready to launch the skincare line. I've got a fragrance.
Oh my goodness! You didn't tell me about the skincare line. Oh wow!
No, it's been in the works for about a year now, and we've had a few little glitches along the way. But what I really want to do is eventually, and I'm not there yet, but create a skincare line using the amazing ingredients in Africa, but I want to have things
Oh,
done on the
wow.
ground in Africa. So like the shea butter and the jojoba oil and the coconut oil and things like that, because we put so much stuff on our skins, skin,
Yes.
that all of these chemicals, and these get absorbed into our body. And I want to create something where it's natural. It's really good for you. It's nourishing. It's moisturizing. And then I also want to create jobs on the ground in Africa where, the jobs are needed.
That is amazing. I love that. That's amazing. Oh, the dog agreed. He loved
There,
it
yes,
too.
yes.
So tell me about this amazing book that we're in together. Tell us about that.
Oh my goodness. Let's
Yeah,
see.
please.
We're in my pig stilettos, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you know what? The funny thing is, so last year with COVID and everything, I felt like I was just like stuck. And then starting August, all of a sudden the energy shifted and things just started. So my pink stilettos came out. We hit Amazon bestseller. Another book that I did, Women of War, Peace in the Midst of the Storm, that in 3 weeks, that too hit Amazon bestseller. And then I launched the Beeline Products website. So in a 3-week period of time, it's just like I have to put my seatbelt on because things are just like, so yeah, the My Pink Stilettos, that collaboration was what a beautiful gift.
It was amazing. It was amazing. And that is how Don and I actually met. We actually did that anthology project together. And anthology projects is just basically a group of people getting together, telling their stories, their truth. And that was an amazing time. And I tell you, that's how I met this beautiful, awesome woman. And I tell you, we are definitely sisters. I'm sitting here listening to all the things that's been going on in your life and just the domino effect of how it's been going. And as you know, that's been the same thing that I have been experiencing too. So we're just so fortunate and just so blessed to have those things going on in our lives in such a time where many have called last year a dark place, or let's hurry up and get finished with 2020. We've been very blessed to have a lot of good positive things going on. So what's in the making for Dawn this year? What are some of the things you're working on? I know told us about the skincare line, but what else are you what else you're envisioning for the rest of the year? What else are you trying to put forth and do in this year?
Ooh, well, before I say that, I just want to shout out to
Okay.
Lydia Barnes, because that woman is a visionary. She is my friend. She's my sister. She is just amazing. And she put that whole collaboration together with all of these amazing women from all over the world. And like, what an honor to be part of this.
Yes, and I think I saw her. So yes, definitely shout out to her. She is a beautiful, awesome woman as well. And maybe in the future I'll have her to come on as well. I met her through an actual midnight prayer, and that was such an amazing time. And that I'm telling you, that was a blessing to my life. I was trying to stay up every night or taking a nap and setting an alarm clock to get up at 12 so I could get up and pray with her. So that was an amazing time to be with her. I wish she bring it back. She has a lot of things going on too, a whole
She
lot.
doesn't sleep, so we need
She
to let her
doesn't.
rest.
I don't think we do either though. I don't think we
I
do
sleep.
either.
I sleep.
Okay, so
So 2021, we are raising the funds to build a Purpose and Possibility Center in Uganda for Mama Josephine and her 67 children. My
wow.
vision is to move them into a safer environment and to also create a job for Father Henry, who makes bricks. So we're going to be buying some bricks from him to help support him so that we can build the center for Mama and her children. And then what we want to do is create some programs and classes and maybe soccer, football games for the community. So I want to uplift the whole community, not just Mama and her children, who I love dearly, but the entire community. So we're hoping to have the funds raised and have that started by October. And then we're going to be doing a volunteer trip in October, and with Larita, so perfect correlation there. Putting together a volunteer trip to Uganda and to Ghana, because when I go all the way to Africa, I need to go to see all my kids, not just one country. So I'm going to be doing volunteer trips in those two places, and got some more books coming out, adding more products to the Beeline website. Just like so much stuff happening, but it's all like amazing and wonderful.
It is. It is amazing, and it is wonderful. And you are amazing, and you are wonderful. And I'm just so thankful to have met you, and for us to be a part of each other's life. It's been just great. So, how can anybody that's watching be a part of helping with the projects that you have? I know you said your website. I know that should be one place. But go ahead and tell us, like, any other social media platforms or any other way that the guests can reach out to you, or if anybody would like to be a part of helping with the things that you have coming up and that you're doing for the people in Africa is just so amazing. And I know that there's some great people that's listening tonight that would love to be a part of that. So go ahead and just tell us how we can reach out to you and how they can, be a part of some of those things.
Wonderful. I love hearing from people from all over the world. So please feel free to contact us. The website is desirettoinspirefoundation.org. We're on Facebook and LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. There's so many these days that I have to remember all of them. So you can find us on all of those social media outlets or platforms. And you can find me, Dawn Whitty, on Facebook too. I love people connecting with me. And what else? Oh, and then the Beeline products. It's the BE lineproducts.com is our shopping site, but you can also get to there from Desire to Inspire Foundation.
That is just so amazing. And you say you have other books that's coming up this year as well, right?
Yes. We have several.
So you are being a very busy bee, a very busy person.
I've got a lot of work that I want to accomplish in this world, so I got to do stuff.
I understand, because I feel the same way.
I know you do.
So, what else would you like for the audience to know about Dawn? What else would you like to share with the women that are watching? I did see someone in the comments that said the things that we were talking about was really helping them. And that's what it's all about. If we came on this line, this platform, and touched the life of one person, I pray that we've touched many, but I've just come to the understanding that even if we just touch one life, that's just amazing. And we've came and we've done what we're supposed to do. And that's what it's all about. And, what else would you like to share with the people that are listening? Your message is phenomenal. Be kind. Some of the things, that right now we can see that there's a lot of people in this world who they need those words. They need to really visit those words and look at those words and take those words in and take those words in and actually do and manifest, that being kind to everybody. We're all here in this world, and we should be pulling together and trying to, help each other out, and just being united, and making this world a better place. And it shouldn't be about, religion, color, or any of those things, but it should be about, just like you said, trying to make this world a better place. And we can do that by, checking ourselves daily and becoming that nicer person and that kinder person and that giving out person, and, showing love to one another. So What else you want to leave us with? The platform is yours. We have about, I think, 8 minutes. So
Oh, 8 whole minutes.
8 whole minutes. I know. Look, I'm gonna sip some tea while you. I'm gonna sip some tea.
I think one of the things I want to leave people with is that, don't give up. If you have a dream, if you have a vision, keep plugging away. If it is something really important to you, keep going for it, because I started something a few years ago and it didn't quite pan out the way I wanted it to pan out. Because then I went to Africa and my focus got completely redirected. But it is now here in the Beeline products. And so for a few years, I thought, oh, you failed. You didn't do what you said you were going to do. You spent all this time and money and effort and it didn't happen. So I kind of was beating myself up, but then all of a sudden, now it's here. So, don't give up, believe in yourself. If this way doesn't work, find another way. You might have to go through 5,000 different ways, but if it's important enough to you, you're going to make it happen. And find your purpose. Find the thing that makes your heart sing, the thing that just like you would do no matter what. Like if nobody paid you, if you didn't earn any money, this is the thing that you were put here to do. Find that thing, because when you find that thing, you will find, you will do the 5,001 different things to make it happen. And, just be love, and be kind to each other, to ourselves, because I think we are our own worst critics. When we're kinder to ourselves, that really, it makes our lives so much easier. And, stay in peace. I think a lot of people are ready to like fight and be angry with somebody because they have a differing opinion or whatever. And I just say, you know what? Everybody has their own opinions based on their own life experiences. So nobody's opinion is really wrong, but if you stay true to, who you are as a person, being genuine, and you stay in love and kindness, and you're grateful for all, the fact that we woke up this morning is something to be grateful for. So those are the things that's the way I live my life.
And I tell you that those are some good principles that I hope and I pray that everybody that's listening on tonight, we have definitely dropped the T on tonight. I hope and pray that you were encouraged, that you were inspired. And I mean, this amazing woman to come on here on this platform and share with us some of the amazing things that she have been allowed to do. And I think that was just great advice that you gave. And that's so important that we know our purpose. And, I would suggest that if you don't know your purpose, that you get with the creator, that you pray, and that you seek, your directions of what you were here to, what are you here? What is your purpose? What is the thing that, you're supposed to do in life? Because we all are important and we all have, gifts and talents. And I believe that we're all put here to, be great and do great things. And so Don has definitely gave us some amazing tea on tonight. Go ahead and give us some hearts. I just want to say I appreciate everybody's comment. We thank you for coming on tonight to YCG Ministries, Dropping the T. And I pray that this has really been everything that it was intended to be, and that you will be inspired and know that that each one of us, have a responsibility to, be all of those things that Don named, all of those things, all the loving and the kind and just good people and good hearts, and, treating your neighbor right. And, like she said as well, we're all going to have difference of opinions on things, but let's not, let's understand that, like you said, we can all have difference of opinion and agree that that's your opinion. That's the way you see it. I'm not going to fall out with you. And this is your opinion. And that's the way you see it. And you not fall out with that person. So let's just all right about now just, begin to be more unified. And it starts with each one of us. I know we're looking at a lot of things that's going on in the world right now. Do your part to not be a part of all the negative things that you're seeing and that you're hearing. And that's all on social media. Social media is a great platform to do some of these amazing things, like this here broadcast that God gave me, dropping the T. But sometimes if you're too consumed with it, you may need to step away, and kind of take a break and seek some healing and some different things in order to get yourself in a good, right place. So this has been just so amazing. I'm so happy. I mean, it's just been such a blessing to have you with us and just sharing all of the wonderful things that you're doing. And I just want to say to you that keep going, and you keep being inspired, and you keep being the amazing person that you were designed to be. And don't let anybody stop you. And even to my listeners, the people that are listening to this broadcast, don't let anyone stop you from being your amazing self. Don't listen to the no sales and the talk, but be the person that you were designed to be. Be all you can be. And any final remarks done? We're about to go. We're wrapping it up.
Oh, I just want to thank you so much for this opportunity and for your friendship and just for who you are.
That is it, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. I'm asking that you would go and you would share, give us some hearts, any more comments, anything else you would like to know. I'll come back on when the broadcast is over, and I'll try to answer some of those things. Thank you so much for joining YCG Ministries, Dropping the T. This has been an amazing Monday night. I hope you were inspired to go out and change the world. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.